Hi, hi Shirley. This is Leslie from Many Hands, and I'm very grateful that you're willing to talk to us about your experience. The first question that I have for you is how long have you been purchasing from Many Hands Farm?
Well, let's see. Um, we started in around 2000, and that's when we had to drive out to the farm to pick up our order, and then um, my husband and I stopped in the middle of 2010, I think, and then we got back into it. So I'd say maybe 15 or 20 years
Wow.
altogether.
And now you have the option of picking up in Holden, right?
Yes, yes. The reason that we stopped was because of the driving out to the farm
Ah,
was getting too much. So when they started having us come in to pick up at various locations, it was much easier on the driving. And there were a couple of locations that we used to go to, and one of them was the church, Saint Francis Episcopal Church. But then they stopped that for some reason, and so we now go to Teresa's on Bullard's Boyden Street.
mm. uh, so what do you buy from us now?
Well, I have the small order, the smallest you can get, because and I whatever is available that week, it changes every week, as you know.
Right.
So I get a lot of greens and whatever is available, depending on what you pick out there. So I can't really say for sure, but there's plenty of kale and greens and lettuce and potatoes. Once in a while, potatoes. I wish there were more, but what we get are terrific.
Do
And
you
and
buy?
of course, I get eggs now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask about the eggs, and those are nice.
Yes,
Um, and what keeps you coming
very
back?
nice. Yes.
What keeps you coming back year after year? Because it's been a lot of years for you.
Um, well, the quality of the food is terrific, and you're getting a good deal. Everything has been very, very good, and you keep going back year after year because you're going to get a wonderful quality from the farm.
Have you ever done any other CSAs before you started with Many Hands?
No, I haven't done any other CSA. I think there are some around. I do see some when I go to the farmers market, but I don't think they have very many things to buy, so I've just not bothered with them.
Mm-hmm. Um, why choose a CSA if you were talking to someone when the choice you don't get to choose your vegetables like if you went to Whole Foods or you went to a farmer's market? Is that a drawback to you that you
Well,
that you don't get to pick?
no, it's not a drawback. Uh, we've been happy with the Many Hands, so there's no reason not to keep going back. If you got a lot of rotten vegetables or something, every week, you might have second thoughts about it. but we've always been satisfied. So that's what keeps us going, or me and our going back.
Do you ever have any issues with things that you don't know what they are?
Well, I always eat them, even if I don't know what they are, because I know that you never give us anything that wasn't good for us. Most of the time, I do know what
What
it
is
is that in the bag, but not always. And my daughter is very good at this, so she helps me figure it all out.
Good to know. It's always good to have someone that can help you, and you can always contact us if you had any questions about what something is. Um, and we do tell I don't know if you see
Yes,
the newsletter every week. We usually give you a heads up on what's likely to be in your bag. So, that's always good to read on Mondays. Um, even though
yes,
you don't get your share until Friday, but um anyway, that information is there on Mondays. How important is our focus on fertility, diversity, and carbon sequestration to you?
um, carbon sequestration. I don't. Could you explain that?
Um,
Fertility, diversity. You mean changing?
basically the health of the plants and
Oh,
being a
oh,
steward to the land and making sure that we are farming that's the best way for the land and the vegetables.
yes. Well, yes, I think that's a very good idea because you don't wear out the soil.
Right.
So it seems to me that that makes a lot of sense. And I know that now that I know what it is, I know that you do that. And regarding the the notification of uh, the email comes on Monday to tell you what you're going to get, and it's true that I don't pick it up till Friday. However, um, you can sort of plan ahead if you know what you're going to get, because then you can, look at the recipes and think, oh, maybe I could use that vegetable in this recipe. So it's still helpful to get that.
Do you think there's a clear quality difference with the food you get from Many Hands compared to the grocery
Uh,
store?
oh yes, absolutely. Uh, sometimes they do very well in the grocery store. Like, Big Y has a organic section, and you can find things there, but you don't know how long it's been sitting there. So there is a definite difference in the quality of what you get from the farm as opposed to what you can find in a store like Big Y, for example.
How would you talk to a new person that's nervous about committing to a CSA?
Well, I would certainly tell them that we've been members for a long time and that we've never really had a problem. I mean, sometimes I make a few suggestions of what we might be able to do. Like, there's a lot of kale, and I make soup out of it, but it's unfortunate. Most people don't like kale very much, and so sometimes it's hard to get rid of it. But I put it in soup, and I would certainly recommend the farm to anybody who had any reservations about doing this. I think it's a very good deal.
Well, thank you. That's pretty much what we wanted to hear from you, and I'm glad you've been such a long-time customer and are enjoying it and are continuing with it. Um, it's been a it
Yes.
it's been wonderful. So thank you for your time today, and, hopefully you'll be able to
Okay. Well, you're very welcome.
and we will see you in a couple of months
Okay.
when things
Sure.
alright, bye-bye.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.